Good evening. So I'm working on my room, just cleaning a little bit, and getting more stuff from the trash. I mean, like furniture. So because I have like that slowly all sort of like things are hoarding like all sort of like canisters and containers. So should be a place for that. The room actually smells like pee, which and it doesn't get out of the room. This is also both because of the mattress that's from the garbage, but also because I just recently used a lot of I cooked a lot of stuff, and the main like material that is cooked for the cooking is my pee. So there is actually a way to remove the smell, most of it, by keeping the pee for some time in a container with all sorts of material, and I should do it. I mean, I've done it in the past, but I need to do it again because it's really, unless the ammonia or something is really important to the process. We should see, but it's certainly worth trying. Unfortunately, it's the box, the plastic box where I kept my pee previously, and I also managed to remove the ammonia smell in it, is now a happy terrarium / aquarium for all sort of unidentified life forms. Really, it's funny to use the term because I remember it from computer games like Alpha Centauri. You remember the not successful and not that original successful to one of the Civilization games by Sid Meier, indigenous life form. Indigenous life form detected. So there is certainly a flourishing colony over there. I'm not certain if it's robotic or biological or mutations or and we also have the even much larger and more frightful colony here in the bowel. This one is really fighting because it contains things that actually swarm and multiply in a drop of water, as the poet said. But we will get to it as well. I don't want to throw it out because I want to. I'm not that I care about contaminating the earth with synthetic life forms. I've done it a lot, and for me it's the more the better. But one of my thoughts, if you follow me, there was a time that I was interested in pitting doing a coliseum between the neros and the synthetic life form on one hand, on the biological the mortal enemies in the other hand, the biological life forms. And even if you remember, I've raised several mold colonies with biological stuff, and then I put ice together, and it was stained dramatically with the blue and red, so it's really dramatic. So I thought now that I know how to replicate the clones, the neros, and I have nothing to do with them, besides give it to the cats, which I will later do. But I now know how to create a lot of it. So maybe I can resume the coliseum by creating a glass full of them, and then throwing it all to the aquarium with the biological or synthetic. Who knows? It's going to be interesting, for certain. You've got to admit that it has some kind of a Pacific Rim smell to it. Pitting robots with different sizes against giant monsters that are part biological, part mechanical, and this is all true. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not science fiction. It can happen, and it already happened in a low scale in my mother's apartment, and maybe I'll do it in a great scale here. The only problem is that I need a way to actually I need a good terrarium. This one is really not it doesn't have a proper cover, and the other one is not transparent. So, but of course, most of the interesting stuff is done on the microscopic level, but it's a nice direction. I would say it's a dramatic way to put the neros that I now have in great quantity to use, while ensuring that they will not get into the hands of the Nazis, in Israel. So one way is to give to the cats, and certainly we'll do it. But another way is to conduct this Colosseum battles, which would be, I mean, first of all entertaining, and second, maybe we might I don't know, we might find like surprises. Maybe they will like the Power Ranger, they combine to like one big one, and we'll see like a robot like building over there. I mean, all those things, I mean, might sound childish and but we've seen we've seen amazing things already. So why not like Power Rangers and Transformers and Decepticons and in general, I mean, destruction of this planet in in a biological or pseudo biological way is like a common and acceptable I would say trope in science fiction. So why not start like as soon as possible? I mean, I am like literally I have no reservation. By the way, regarding magic stuff, so this is the Holy Microscope, if you remember. Just, I mean, a summary of like previous chapters. It's a standard microscope that is, required like electricity only for the backlight, for the small like LED light that is used as backlight, and it's connected to the socket using like a simple transformer, a DC transformer, and I don't remember that I've ever had like a battery, and there is no like a place to put the battery that is visible nowhere. I always use just the transformer, and like during like maybe February or May or March, I discovered that it suddenly start to work. The lights was switch. Turns on the light without the transformer. So it's either like two options that I don't have like a proof, and I don't want to disassemble it because I don't have another one. It's really important. It's incredibly important to me, this microscope, as you understand. So but the two options are either that tons of like nanobots was tons, not tons, but a copious amount of nanobots juice was like spilled over it because of all this light work. So maybe they just fixed it to work without connecting to the socket. Or another option that is like a really creative Mission Impossible team of that intelligence service or another wanted to bug the microscope so it will transmit everything that is going under the lens to whatever. And like on the way, they also, as a bonus, they also install the battery. I don't know if it's something that intelligence services or Mission Impossible teams are like generally doing, but you tell me. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, so last night, I forgot to turn off the switch, and it was like on all night. And like this morning, for the first time since many months, to my agony, I discovered that when I switch, when I turn on, the light is off, and the switch is in on position, but there is no light. So I was shocked, what happened? So from now on, I need to use the microscope like mortal man, like a simpleton, like a Homo sapiens bag of trash, connected to the socket. And this annoyed me greatly, but I accept everything that the Lord, every hardship that the Lord is throwing at me. So I connected it to the socket for maybe I don't know, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, and then I disconnected it, and then voila. So and it's again we are back to the magical state that as they say, Yeshuat Hashem Ke'eref Ayin. The deliverance of the Lord is, happens in a blink of an eye. So yes, again, a magical microscope. So, what actually happened is that, it's like a battery in there, and it was charged by 5 minutes or 10 minutes connected to the socket. So again, it's either that, some kind of incredibly, imaginative and not I would say, not normal. I don't know if ever word to describe Mission Impossible team from whatever intelligence service just inserted the battery where there was no battery compartment, and it was now actually charged. But how was it charged? Using just as it wasn't do you need a special transformer in order to charge stuff? Because it wasn't. It was a transformer that was not the charging stuff, and it was not even the transformer of the microscope because I lost it. It was just another standard IKEA transformer for one of the like small appliances that I found like it fits. I mean, if we go if it wasn't like a Mission Impossible team and it was indeed the Neos that actually created the magic, then what you can see here is, today what we've seen is kind of I would say you can't learn much of it because we have no idea what they actually done, but we can deduce, I would say, that they probably worked on like the work that they did on this microscope is probably, I would say, I would call it straightforward from the point of view of humans. I would say that what actually happened is that they understood the way that it works, and they thought to themselves, okay, this it doesn't require a lot of like watts, like power. It's so why not just like add like a battery, like a capacitor, and make it work with the capacitor, and and also when the capacitor is done, it can be charged from the socket, and all this is it's amazing, but it's like I would say that it's taking into account the fact that it's amazing, it's pretty relatively, I would say, it's straightforward from our point of view, because other explanation could be like outright ludicrous, like maybe they can, like, I don't know, live forever and like produce electricity like in magical, like ex nihilo, or like maybe they linked the microscope to another dimension and now it gets the electricity straight from another dimension, or maybe they opened like a wormhole inside the microscope that there is a novel by Asimov that actually won a lot of like accolades, like it's the guys themselves from the 1970s, that it deals with energy. The issue of energy was, it's one of the only novels of Isaac Asimov that deals a lot with alien life forms. He wasn't, he was a very successful and very imaginative science fiction writer, but he didn't like to write a lot about like alien life forms. There is only really like really tiny, compared to the whole corpus of his that is giant, only tiny bit actually deals with alien life forms. But one of the exceptions is this novel, The Gods Themselves, that deals with communication between, not only communication, but a process of that's taking place between like humans and another like alien species. And one of the things that happens is that actually they found a way, but the other alien species is like they are in another dimension, like in another universe, like, but there is a way to communicate between the universes, but there is also a way like to transform energy between the universes, so and also to steal energy between, like you can like you can connect like your simply saying humans like can connect their like the appliances to like metaphorical socket, which is actually connected to another dimension, and steal the electricity from the aliens. It's more complicated than that, but it's something like that. So maybe something like that happens here. But so of all the options that we can think of, all the theoretical possibilities that we can think of, like of how this amazing things is working, I would say that the most straightforward one is actually that that those nanobots build a capacitor, and which is charged using the socket, using the existing socket, and it's still incredible, but it's far less incredible than like wormholes and other dimensions and like aliens like with different universes and things like that. So another thing regarding the microscope is that I ran out of the slides. I've just got the slides for my mother, but there weren't that many, like maybe 20, and I've used all of them, so we need to wash everything. The good thing is that these are glass slides, so they are washed and they can be reused if they are washed. So that's what I will do. It's a shame that a lot of like treasures are going to be lost, but I have no way around it. Anyway, we still have the several videos. So that's it for now.